Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh man, this is the internal richest channel. We are here. What it do? What it do? 7 o'clock ain't even hit yet, so I ain't gonna start yet. I ain't even gonna start. I just yet. But we jamming. Y'all hear it? Come on now. Now I'm supposed to have my mic. I'm being bad right now. It is now 7 o'clock. We gonna turn that music down right quick. It's your boy Tay, aka Takeover, and this is the Internal Riches channel where the real riches reside. Shout out to the brand, man, Internal Riches. The link will be in the description, and also anywhere on any platform you see me, that link will be in that bio. So tap into the bio, man. Get you a sweatsuit. Of the sweatsuit season. Really, it's coat season, but the sweatsuit can go under the coat. You rock that, you know what I'm saying? Sweatsuit keep you nice and warm. And yeah, man, just lock in. Represent your internal riches, man. And we are here today. We got Internal Riches episode 2, man. Episode 2 is called Rewiring Your Mind. Not, oh, sorry. Rewiring Your Inner Voice. You had to double back real quick, right? Rewiring your inner voice, right? Last episode was about internal riches itself, right? And learning about the wealth that you have within yourself, right? And this is internal riches, and this maps together with the brand. Of course, I love that. But those internal riches, those things that you build within your soul, are the things that can't be taken away from you, right? It's the most important things that you have to acquire in this life, that you have to discover in this life, right? Because that money, it doesn't really matter, right? That ain't nothing. That can come and go. It's physical, guys. It can be touched. It can be manipulated. It can be controlled. It can be stolen. Internal riches, the things that you build within you, the wisdom, the understanding, the love, the connection, right? The peace, right? All of these things that you build within you, the appreciation, the gratitude, these, you don't need nothing in the world, right? You don't need anything in the world when you have these qualities within you to experience joy, to experience blissfulness, to experience the highest qualities of life that you can experience within, pure pleasure off of just existing, right? And when you tap into those riches, right? The thing is, once you get them, you have to be able to maintain and also cultivate, right? Maintaining and cultivation. And one of those ways that you cultivate your internal riches, right, is rewiring your inner voice. That internal voice within your mind that speaks to you, the way that you speak out in general, the things that you think in your mind, that needs to be mapped together. That needs to be attended to, because if you don't attend to it, then once again, those internal riches will be lost, because the inner voice is what keeps it alive. It keeps the door open to you, right? So, 1 second, guys. I'm trying to get this welcome thing up there. You here. But here we go, right? The inner voice. That inner voice that you have, the way that you speak to yourself, right? Through every single situation in life, through every moment in life. How, like, first of all, let's think about this. How many times do you kind of like speak to yourself throughout the day, right? In your head? It's damn near all day, for real, to be honest with you. So it's like, you got to understand how much this is literally, these aren't just thoughts in your head. This is what you have to understand. These aren't just thoughts. Your thoughts aren't just thoughts. Your words aren't just words. They have literal influence on your experience within yourself, on how you develop your future, and influence on your surroundings, the things that is happening externally around you, the things that you manifest, the things that you attract, right? Because you are the creator. Your world is mapped together from you, depending upon how you speak to yourself, depending upon the things that you think consistently, and also your perception about yourself and your perception about the world itself, which is a part of you. That's what people get mixed up, right? Mm-mm. See, the thing is,
this thing programs your reality, right? It cultivates or creates what you believe in, right? The thing is, this is highly critical to what you experience in life. Hold on, let me put this thing on do not disturb real quick, because I'm on the phone right now, so I gotta rock out. But people wonder why certain things happen in their life, why they experiencing stress, why they have their emotions going everywhere, why they always irritated about being this. It's so many different thoughts to pinpoint, but they're wondering where it comes from and why they have it and why it's so strong. It's because your inner voice practices it on the daily basis. If not the daily basis, it's circumstantial. Certain circumstances will pop up and your inner voice can be literally damaging. It can heighten your suffering. It can prolong your suffering because of the way that you're speaking to yourself. You got to understand the things that you focus on, right? Grows. It gets stronger. You are a literal sun, solar system, right? You're the sun that literally maps this whole thing together. As soon as your light and your shine focuses on something similar to what sunlight does to plants, right? When that sunlight is on it, it grows. But without it, it doesn't do anything. So imagine that being your focus on positive and negative things that you say to yourself, positive and negative thoughts that you focus on and that you are identifying with, the words that you're speaking out in general, how you talk about things in general, all of this has something to do with what is being grown. You're even growing your what's the word I'm saying? You're either growing what you don't want, or you're growing in a space that literally allows you to elevate. Staying in the same place or elevation. And we don't understand this. We think you're just supposed to do stuff and everything just mapped together, but everything is from the internal to the out. You need to be able to fix in here to really manifest the real shit externally. You can get great things externally, but it's not gonna matter because in here isn't right. So it's just gonna go away that quick. You're not gonna really excrete the real gems and juices of life. You're not gonna really have something that is fulfilling within you first. That's why all of these people that have everything, it's always something missing. And they be missing themselves. And this is where you need to show up for yourself. That inner voice needs to be rewired because we've grown up to not even know what that is. We've grown up to worry so much about the external that we literally abandon ourselves. We are destroying ourselves and blaming it on external things. No, it's all about you. You're not this physical life. You're not your physical body. You have to understand you are consciousness and awareness. Your real form is formless. Where you come from, where you're etched from, is literally the creator itself, which is everything combined, but nothing at the same time. That vast existence, that's what you are. And you're in this individualized experience to learn about yourself, to have self realization, which gets you or helps you bring heaven on earth, bringing peace into your mind, being able to calm your flame, to sift through the chaos of the internal battles, right? And diving into your inner voice is one of those processes of getting to that peace, right? Because the thing is, once you realize how powerful it is and you actually start to rewire it, the things that you'll feel in your heart, bro, it's literally ridiculous. What you experience in yourself is crazy. How you're able to navigate through situations, navigate through yourself in certain tough, difficult times is beautiful. To get yourself out of that hole and not let yourself be buried. It's up to you because you choose it. I choose to flow through this moment and conquer. You see how that those words in itself, you speaking that out is just mapping things together. It's confirming it. The things that you speak and what you believe goes out into the universe. It is your universe, right? So your universe will find things to give you that confirmation that it is true. Anything that you say is going to be true. That's the thing about yourself, really. Anything that you say goes. So if I talk to myself in a certain type of way, I ain't shit. I'm a failure. I hate myself. Me even saying that right now doesn't even feel right. But you speaking that out and you literally having some conviction behind that because you're feeling your emotions. A lot of the times people say that out of emotion and they really don't really mean it, but they have emotion and heart behind it. So it's going to amplify, especially when you repeat it. So imagine you saying that, bro, consistently. Every time some difficulties come up, you're literally gonna every time those specific things come up, or you having those certain gaps within a day where you kind of have those thoughts rampant, bro, that's gonna come up and confirm for you. It's gonna pick apart different things in your life to show you you ain't shit. Different parts of your life that's gonna show you that damn you should hate yourself. It's gonna amplify it. So me doing that and being careless with my inner voice, well, that's literally the opposite of self love. If I really want to love myself, if I really want to, you know what I'm saying, have abundance, I have to build that in me. You feel me? So certain things that you have to do, right? Number one, and is knowing that you have to repeat this daily, constant affirmations, saying affirmations to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring some quotes out real quick because I know I wrote some quotes down. Rewiring certain things that you say. The thing is, you have to be able to pause and recognize this shit. Pause yourself and recognize, whoa, I'm tripping. And it's going to be a constant process because I just did this the other day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, hate this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm dumb as a bit. I'm like, hold up. Tell you, you're not dumb. It's okay. You made a mistake back then, right? You didn't know better back then, right? You didn't know everything that you know now. That's why you had to go through it. It's all right. It's fine. We're gonna take from this and we're gonna keep building. You see that quick little switch up? How you just switched it into some positive things and actually like believing in it? That's the thing. People say this or switch their words from stuff like I can't do it or stuff like I'm not enough. I'm a failure. Life is against me. I hate myself. I hate this. And then switch it to I'm capable. I love myself. I am conquering the day, right? I am evolving through my story. Life is happening for my own benefit. You saying these things, but not having no belief behind it, it's gonna be, it's not gonna mean anything. It's not gonna really have any real effect because you don't believe it yet. You're not really putting no real heart into it. So the thing is, when you switching this, I need you to visualize and say this for yourself and actually be real about it. Like, yes, I am conquering, and I know I am. I say that because I know that's what I'm doing right now. I believe in the universe. I believe in my process. I trust my process because I literally trust it. I'm putting my trust in the creator to get me to that point. I'm putting the trust in my abilities to get me to that point. I'm being real. Even when you're going through the turmoil, even when you're going through the difficulty, this is one of the most important, to be honest with you. You know, the most important time to really practice that internal voice and cultivating it and switching it around is when you go through the difficult times, is because that's when it's going to be the most prevalent. That's when it's going to come with some heat, you know. And mind you, going through this process is so crazy, you know, because at first I wasn't really aware of it. I was just, like I said, we grew up doing this stuff. Like we're not taught how to cultivate and take control of the inner voice and actually use it to your advantage. We just know about thoughts. Yeah, I talk to myself. That's it. We don't know what's beyond that and the actual power. You feel me? So once you actually take awareness of it and start using it, start taking note and start switching it around constantly, like working at a gym, like working out at a gym. It's literally like the gym, but it's for your mind. You dive into your mind, you in that gym on a daily basis. Every time you catch yourself bullshitting, saying those things to yourself, saying those negative things, those self-sabotaging thoughts, right? Even if it's not even just for you, but for others as well. The judgment, right? The criticism, the harshness, like the way that you're talking to yourself. Like you can criticize, criticism is great, but you can't, the way that you can criticize. Like I used to overly criticize myself, pinpoint every little detail of what I did wrong, right? And how I could have did it like this. Oh no, you ain't do this right. Oh, this is not like this. This is not. And then a lot of that be based upon external opinions and views and how other people can look at you. So if you're feeding this within your mind, if you're talking to yourself about this, saying these things to yourself, you're literally going to be damaged. You're literally going to be limited, crippled because of your own self. That's not what we doing. Mm-mm. That's not what we doing. And it's so crazy when you think about um what your voice is. Listen to your, like, speak out real quick. Say a sentence to yourself. Matter of fact, say I love myself right now. I really I love you. I love you. Feel your throat when you do that. I love you. Listen to the dialect. Listen to how you say it, what it sounds like. I love you. This is an instrument. This is literally an instrument. Like, yo, that is really crazy to me, bro. Me speaking and having these vibrations come out. It's a frequency in my words, in the way that I speak. It broadcasts a certain frequency. It broadcasts vibrations. That's why if somebody talk in another room, you can hear the vibration. Man, the vibrations are spewing out, bro. So just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. As I'm speaking right now, it's going out into the world. Shh. And it's influencing my reality. Why are we thinking we're not magical beings? Number one, let's really make it make sense now. We got to stop playing with ourselves, right? You really got to dive in and understand who we actually are. I know they want it. I know they don't want us to know, but we got to dive into it, bro, and stop playing games. But even scientifically, right? When it comes to your words and also to pinpoint your thoughts, have a vibration in the frequency. Just because they're not so noticeable, they have a vibration of frequency. Just like you can think something and your body can literally be impacted. That vibration of frequency sets. If I think about something positive, which is a high frequency, it's more than likely I will experience a high pleasure amount. I can experience a high feeling and emotion that puts me at a uppity state more so than a negative one, right? That negative one, if I start thinking about some negative thoughts, I think about trauma, it's you're down, you feel down, right? You feel pulled down. This gravitational pull down, and you feeling like, oh, that you know that feeling. Like it literally has your heart feeling sunken. If your body feels extra weighted, right? Nah, you got to take notice of these different types of feelings within your body, like on a day-to-day basis. Like realize how certain thoughts make you feel. Realize or pinpoint certain thoughts and what they're saying to you and what you feel from that saying, right? But your thoughts and your words. I know I'm jambling everywhere, guys. I'm not, just follow me. I'm just going right now. Like, but your thoughts and your words, right? Like I said, they have a vibration and frequency. And vibration and frequency is so interesting. Energy, vibration, and frequency, right? Because when you dive into the body, the body is 60% water. Now, if you know about cymatics, it's a certain I think I was gonna show you guys the video. It's a certain thing that they did where they had some salt. They put it on this square metal piece, put the salt on the square metal piece, and they played vibrations. Played this vibration, and the vibration will literally turn the salt into a certain shape depending on what vibration it was, depending on what frequency it was. They play the frequency, and it literally changes into a shape. Now I gotta show y'all. I'm gonna get to the point where this video will go a hot will get onto the screen, but we vibing right now. So hold on, let me pull this up, guys. Let me pull this up for y'all. And if y'all don't know about cymatics, dive into it, like because it's literally mind blowing what this can show you. Real quick, let me. This is the video that I started with, and it was beautiful. But hold on, we just put it where, and it's like I don't know if this was the best one, but this is what we're going to do. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit. Now this is crazy. Now would I have to turn the lights off for this? Yes, I would. I'm gonna show y'all this. I should turn this off too. Hold on. If you spare a little of your imagination, this is a film to describe to you the effect of cymatic frequencies. Watch this. Watch this. On matter. Y'all can't even see it. Frequencies. This is of your imagination. Am I going the wrong way? I definitely am. All right. I don't know about this is not the greatest thing to be doing right now, but it's fun. You see how it's changing shapes, right? This is salt on a metal pan, right? This is the water. This is what the vibration is doing to the water. You see how it's making a shape? It's making shapes into the water. This is called sacred geometry. I could definitely have a better one for y'all, but that was the main one. We gonna dive more into that. I would love to put the video in here, but just to show you real quick, like those vibrations and those frequencies take a shape. We can't see the shape, but using that water, using that table salt is showing us that this is actually happening as sounds happen into the reality, right? Which is wild as hell. We just can't see it. But right there is one of the displays. If you want to go on YouTube and search it up yourself, cymatics experiment with music or with sounds, it's going to show you, right? But we're made up of 60% water. You're just seeing how that water just vibrated off of that vibration, right? It made those shapes. So as I'm speaking right now, my speech, the way I'm speaking, is impacting my waters right now. It's making that sacred geometry. It's influencing my body, right? And we have to understand, yes, that right there is a scientific point from not even from me just saying, yeah, your words impact you, your thoughts impact. It literally impacts, informs things within you. That's why if you have a horrible inner voice, you're highly more likely to have sickness. You're highly more likely to have disease, right? Because you are literally destroying your immune system with that frequency, with that vibration. And your body automatically stores information. So if that information is in your body, that's how your body is going to experience itself. That's what you're going to manifest, which is wild as hell to think about. And with these that experiment, right? I wish I could have showed it a little bit more longer. It was kind of crazy. I had to turn all the lights off. We go into it. But when you play a certain frequency in the water or on the table saw, if it's a high frequency, the shapes that show will be a organized type of shape, right? More clear, especially in the water. Like let's do more so for the water. When it's a high frequency, it's more so clear and it's steady, right? It's in a uniform state. Or more as when it's a little bit lower, the lower frequencies actually make it more chaotic and scattered around, right? So the high frequency, steady. The low, chaotic, unorganized, scattered. So let's think about the way we be speaking to ourselves and the way that we think to ourselves. That's literally what's happening to our body. right? So when you have these thoughts and you're going through these motions of time, when you speaking to yourself in a certain type of way, you're gonna make your body more chaotic. More chaos means more emotions. More emotions is more impact, right? It's more logic going out the window. So you having not having a control over your emotions, not having a control over the things that trigger your emotions, then your nervous system is going to be out of whack, right? And this is going to affect your physical body, your mental, and your spiritual. Not having a good nervous system is what makes you sick. Not having a good nervous system is what's going to pull more negativity towards you in your reality, people, places, right? The way that you experience things, situations. You're not, you're going to be done. That's what's called hell, bro. That if you wanted to know what hell is specifically, is actually the fire of the emotions running uncontrolled, being consumed by the fire of your emotions, bro, of your ego. Not having that self-control over your emotions and your thoughts literally puts you, that possession that people have, that demon possession, is your emotions being uncontrolled. Anger, frustration, stress, anxiety, all of those being literally amplified each situation every day through your inner voice and what you choose to say, what you choose to think. You have to be aware of this, bro. You feel me? Like it literally shapes your internal and external reality. It's everything. And I feel like I need to touch on this a little bit more. Like it needs to be another episode on this specifically for real. Because it's not talked about enough. Getting a voice and like people, you got your meditation, which is great. You got, everybody's on a spiritual wave, bro. Not everybody, but it's becoming a popular thing, and everybody gets to the aesthetic part, or the surface level part, right? Just having your crystals, having some sage, telling yourself grand rising in the morning. That's cool. But when it gets to the real nitty gritty, and you having to do that real shadow, you having to literally rewire how you exist, that's gonna take some dirty work, and it's not gonna feel good. Like when you play a frequency on the cymatic plate, right? It once you play that vibration and go to the next vibration, it had that old pattern is going to still be there a little bit. It's starting to lose its form, and then it takes form again. So it's going to be chaos. It's going to look messy, and then it's going to take that shape. I wish I really showed y'all that salt too, though. But that's how it goes, and that's how exactly how it's going to be when you're trying to switch your pattern in general. Right? It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be difficult to do these things, but that repetition is what's going to create the reality. That repetition is what's going to lock in that pattern within yourself, right? The repeated thoughts, the repeated words that you say to yourself inside. That's why being able to catch it and then switch it, no matter how hard it is, that's what's going to make you experience a whole different version of yourself, get to a whole different version of yourself, experience a whole different level of peace. It's being able to map that shit together within yourself and be your own source and know that you are the source. You know what I'm saying? So, like I was saying, right? I kind of got jumbled around. I had some notes right here. I just started talking. I just started talking, and I'm working on that as well. But the main the main deal here is understanding what your inner voice does, and me having to go back on myself and realize how far I've come from how I was talking to myself, man. I just gotta give myself a pat on the back. Even today wasn't the greatest day for me. It didn't start the best, but then Because of how I was talking to myself and talking about the situation, I'm here. I'm having this high level of energy. I'm having this enthusiasm. I'm having this flow right now. Like in my head, just what you know, which is what's crazy right now. While I'm talking right now, as I've been talking this whole time, it's been thoughts in my head coming up, right? About damn, you ain't say that perfectly. Or what if they don't understand this? Or what if somebody look at this like, they ain't talking about shit? Or what if this don't really do? But that inner voice comes in. Here we go, right? This example right here, that inner voice comes in like, yo, that's not even, don't worry about that, bro. Just be in this moment. Let's just flow. It's okay. I get what you feel. The possibilities are out there. I know. But let's get here. This is what we're doing it for. Remember what you're doing it for. You're not doing this for likes. You're not doing this just for the comments. You're doing this because it's a real message. You're also doing this for yourself as a form of release, but also because I feel ordained to. And this is only just gonna grow. You see how now we just flipped the whole negative thing that we could have thought and we could have focused on and let impact my actions or influence my actions to we going here and we're going towards growth and elevation, get past the uncomfortability, getting past what the possibilities are, and we're going here. That's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to cultivate to get to that point, right? Because it's all upon you. You are the driver. I'm trying to tell you, like, this is not no joke, bro. You are the driver to your world. That's it. So if I was to give you something to like really do, every day, is to remember to do that for yourself. As you're going through the day, if you can't do it through the day, at least do it in the nighttime and reflect on what you was doing through the day. There's certain types of interactions, certain things that might have happened in situations and shit, and that made you feel a certain type of way, that made you think a certain type of way. What you were saying to yourself as you thought about something, like just being aware of these things is going to show you. So pausing on a daily basis is important because you need to see this stuff for yourself. This is how you get to know you better, right? So I know I was everywhere, but I hope y'all was following me a little bit, and just remembering that you are the source. And also, I want y'all to also go search up them cymatics because I wish I could have had a better view for y'all, but it wasn't it wasn't there. But the cymatics literally just show us that the words and the thoughts that you have aren't just in your head, right? They have a vibrational form, and they have vibrations that impact. Let me emotions. They impact your body. They impact your relationships. They impact your environment and your life outcomes. It impacts everything. So if you wondering why you keep getting certain people in your life, because let's get to the relationships and the connections, and you keep attracting these types of people. Let's go back to you, right? Let's go back to these decisions you're making, and then you go to those decisions, and then you get beyond those decisions, and you get to the thoughts, and you get to the way that you speak, and then you get to the way that you believe, and this goes all the way back into the inner voice and what you're cultivating on a daily basis, what you're consuming on a daily basis. What are you growing? You feel me? What are you giving power to? For some people, they got that lustful nature. How are you giving that lustful nature power? Every time you feel that horniness or that sexual energy come up, what are you doing with it? Trying to hurry up and release it by touching yourself? Trying to go out there and look for people to fornicate with that you have no connection with? Trying to get on those websites, you know what I'm talking about, and looking at all of this is fueling that power and that energy, which is a sin. Why is it a sin? Because if you overindulge in it, it's gonna literally have you in a hell within yourself to the point where you're controlled by that feeling. What you attract from doing that is all but for your demise. You feel me? And that goes for all of the sins for real. You feel me? Like people do those things. Yes, people experience those things, And it's not always horrible to sometimes have a like. What if I am greedy? Shit. Like, what if I want to slop and eat some hella food one day? But it's also about the being able to not do it and know I'm good on that. I let my ego, you know what I'm saying, have a little fun with doing this, and this, but nah, we backing away from that. Right. And it kind of sounds a little crazy because I'm talking about the seven deadly sins and oh but no, that's no. But I'm just talking about what we do on a daily basis, like and what we've been told what sins are too. But yes, we sin on a daily basis, bro. Yes, we do. But if you overindulge in those sins, that's what's gonna bring what the Bible talks about, right? And bring those demons within you. And those demons aren't apart from you; they are you. They are those energies that are within you. You feel me? So, like a pinpoint it, bro. Peep it. Be aware of it. And mind you, I need to. I really know how to really work this whole thing for real because I was actually trying to bring up the. Never mind that, right? But yeah, man. That's the main message, and I feel like I'm probably gonna run this back too and do another version of this as well, like a part two to this to really get into some critical things like some different exercises that we're gonna dive into different advice from different books to get you to read like real quick. I always try to show this book just to if you want to work on your inner voice, if you want to work on rewiring how you think about certain things, right, in situations and life circumstances, get this book right, The Occult I Ching by Maja Doust. I always think it's a Doust, but I don't know if it's a Doust. I don't know. But this book right here is a banger. This is actually what got me started for real on my journey. This is one of my first books. That was like a self-help book, right? And this book has so many gems within it, man. And it helps you be able to cultivate your inner voice. It gets you something to pull from. If you really just starting out, if you really like really trying to dive into it because you haven't dove into it yet, get this. Or if you want to be reassured and let it, you know what I'm saying, whatever you working on be amplified. Get this one. This is one of them books I would definitely recommend. And what's crazy is people will be so blocked out that they see you see it on the cover, it's a face, right? But the face is snakes coming together on the third eye and the two eyes in the mouth, right? And which is a powerful image, powerful because I mean, literally, the book is talking about mapping these together, which is all of the spots that map your reality, literally. So your eyes, your third eye, which is the representation of your spiritual self, your higher knowledge, in your mouth, right? Perception, of course, and projection. But yeah, man, dive into this book. Like, honestly, see, once again, it's so funny as I pinpointed earlier about like what I'm thinking while I'm talking, and it's just interesting to see, like me not being like letting it take control right now is a I'm so proud of you moment. You know, it's like yo, you're pushing through like all of the work that you've done on a day to day basis has impacted. It's showing you right now as we speak. Me having this up together right now, this being on this video right now, talking the way that I talk, the things that I'm speaking about, bro. This is a day to day process, man. Because I was not here at first. I wasn't. I wasn't a great speaker. I wasn't that confident in myself. I used to self sabotage a lot. I used to overthink a lot. Everything was ran rampant. So if you're in that space, you should understand how limited you are right now. And if you work on it, your potential, it's a lot of people with so much good potential, but they don't even know. They might know, but they don't even cultivate it because they're scared to face themselves. Do not be one of those people. Do not be one of those people to not face themselves, because it's that's if you want to talk about sins, that's a sin. That's the only real sin, is staying in mediocrity and not taking control of yourself and not expounding upon your potential, not realizing who you actually are and what you can actually do in your life, tapping into your creative abilities, knowing that you are a creator, having love within yourself, being a source for self. If you're not doing those things, if you're not cultivating that, that's the ultimate sin. Why? Because you're not going to get to that heaven like mind state. Why? Because you're not going to have that connection to the divine through yourself. It don't matter how many churches you go to, it don't matter what religion you in. If you don't dive into to that internal world and that internal reality and cultivate it and maintain it, work on it on a day-to-day basis, you're not going to go nowhere. You're not going to get the real juices of life. You're not going to get the real jewels of life. You're never going to be fulfilled because you don't know fulfillment and what that looks like within you without nothing. You don't know who you actually are. You don't have real confidence in self without these materialistic objects. You need a foundation. If your foundation isn't solid, you bound to fall. You're bound to fall. So it don't matter what you're going through, you have to tap into this and get your journey started. Even if you already have started, keep progressing. This is a constant journey of learning. You're gonna constantly be learning. I'm learning still. I'm gonna be forever learning because I'm forever a student, but I'm also gonna be a teacher as well. Because it's wisdom that you gain from this world that is just gonna, you gotta pass that down. Because everybody goes through similar things. Everybody is going through situations where it's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make this better for me, whatever, whatever. And you pitching that wisdom down can change their whole world just like that. You planting a seed in somebody can help them impact others, right? All because I changed myself, all because I made that decision to be like, yo, I'm gonna work on me. I'm gonna develop what I got going on. I'm gonna dive into my mind. I want that to be healthy. I'm gonna dive into my body. I want that to be. I'm gonna keep loving. I'm gonna keep. You just keep growing and elevating. It's gonna bring you more knowledge and wisdom, understanding and love, and ability to connect and understand others. So you don't change the world until you change yourself. If you want to pass down some real shit, it's one thing of passing down some generational wealth, but you want to pass down that generational internal wealth as well, because that makes you unstoppable. You could pass some riches down to your kid, like, okay, cool. That's still not gonna mean nothing. Just because you got some money, you still can end up living life worse than anybody because of your mind and what it puts you through and what it sets your reality up to be. So yeah, man. Uh I gotta settle down after that, man. That was like just thinking about it and going through my own motions during that whole thing is very interesting to me. So I'm gonna really sit back and have a reflection moment. But this is the Internal Riches channel, man, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And it's gonna be much more to go. It's gonna be much development to be had, and I'm honestly excited for it. You know, today was a little bit uh rocky for me, right? And it's been a rocky couple of months. It's been a rocky year, but it's also been a transformational year here in 2025, right? And we about to end it going into 2026. And bro, it's been tough, but I still had to show up. So that's one thing that you need to remember. Still show up for yourself, man. Show up. Show up. Get up and get going. Turn your engine on. And that is going to be helped from your inner voice. You need to be your own cheerleader. You need to be your own healer, right? You need to be your own mentor, giving yourself the guidance. How are you gonna give yourself the guidance if you're literally uncontrolled in the way that if you have no awareness of self? The God within you cannot give you direction. Your higher mind can't give you direction because it's so much clutter in here. You blocking yourself off from that channel. So yeah, bro. Internal Riches channel. Tap in with the brand. Get you a sweatsuit, man. Support the brand. And yeah, I'm gonna be flowing through this. Me diving into my meditation after this to reflect on how I fought through this right here. Recording this video, recording this podcast, right? And yeah, man. Perfectly imperfect. Love y'all to death, man. Y'all hit y'all meditation after this too. Woo, that was crazy.